Hey guys, it's Caitlin with Innovate Fast, and today I wanted to talk about a couple of issues that I run into quite a bit in my line of work, and that has to do with logos and logo files. Usually the issue starts out that businesses get their logos designed by 99 Designs or Fiverr or some other cheap website, and like everything else in life, if you buy something for cheap, you're gonna get cheap results. And people don't realize that at the beginning, but later on down the line when they have this cheap logo, there's issues involved. So I'm gonna go over that today. So after you get your files delivered from either Fiverr or 99 Designs or another website, usually these are the only two files that I see clients receive. And the problem is that there's no vector files in this. These are both raster files, which means that they cannot be scaled up or down without pixelating and becoming blurry. So the first file you should be getting from the designer is a PNG. But once again, this is a raster file, but it's still important to have because it has a transparent background. So this is great for web or plastering your logo on social media posts, cover photos, anything else. The next thing you need is an SVG, and this is a vector file, which means when you scale it up or down, it won't compromise the quality of the logo. And SVGs are especially important for web mobile because they load quickly. The third one is PDF with editing capabilities turned on. And if the designer doesn't know what that means, you need to run far away. And this is very useful for print, brochures, business cards, anything like that. This is also a vector file if the editing capabilities are turned on. The fourth one is EPS. This is another vector file, and it's really good for print. It's easy to scale, so you can change it to any size you need without compromising the quality of it. And then the last one is the AI file. This is the original editable source file. Okay, and this is probably, if you can't get any of these, it's important that you at least get this, because if you have this file, you can have any of these files. But this is an extremely important file, and I see a lot of the time clients don't have this, and you can't get this file from anybody except for the original designer. And a lot of times clients will come back to us asking for like an EPS file, for example. Because we're not the original creators of the logo, we can't get this to you. You need to go and ask the original designer for that file, and they should have provided it to you already. And that's a really big issue with sites like 99 Designs and Fiverr. It's really like quick, cheap, one and done logos, and you'll never hear from that person again. So, and your logo's supposed to last 5 to 10 years. So if you don't have these print-ready vector files, then you're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Trying to get stuff printed, it's going to come out blurry and low quality. A lot of times these designers will give you a PSD file as a source file. And this is an issue as well because this is a Photoshop file, and no creditable designer would design a logo in Photoshop. Photoshop is for editing photos, and Illustrator is a vector graphics editor. So when you have a source file in PSD, it can never be scaled up again. So if your designer created the PSD file in 1-inch size, you're stuck with a 1-inch logo forever, and you cannot scale it up or it's going to become blurry and pixelated. So never accept a PSD file as a source file. This usually means that they're an amateur and they don't know Illustrator, and they should not be providing a PSD file as your source file. So once again, if you pay for a cheap logo, you're going to get cheap results, and it might not happen right away, but it will happen down the line. Like I said, a logo should last 5 to 10 years, and if you don't have all of these on hand for those 5 to 10 years, it's going to lose quality over time when you only have these two raster files. It's important to have at least one vector file at all times on hand. So make sure you're not paying $25, $99 for a logo. It matters in the long run, and hopefully this helped you guys out so you know what to look for when you are going through a rebrand.